Well, hello folks, it's Jamil for Gunstock Reviews, and we're going to do a revision. We're going to revisit the Archangel quick takedown stock that we did a few weeks ago. I really like this AAQBD stock. This is really cool. I've enjoyed messing with it and taking it to the range. But one thing I just discovered, I mean, this is something that has been around for a while, and I just said, hey, you know what, this is a good idea. It is the Brownell's BRN-22 receiver, which is made from billet aluminum, and they have it both with and without the rail. So I picked up the one with a rail, and we're gonna take this one out, which is the 1022 factory Ruger part, and we're gonna put it in this receiver. The cool thing is Brownell sells all the parts to complete this. These are actually Ruger parts, the pins and the charging handle with a recoil spring and the bolt, all Brownell's packaged parts, and the trigger group is the Ruger trigger group that comes in packaged from Ruger. So we're gonna install this so we don't have to take apart our old 1022. We can put it back to the original configuration like we had it before. And of course, step first, we're gonna make sure that it's unloaded, which it isn't. We don't have a barrel. We're gonna remove the old action. Okay. I'm gonna take the action out. This is the old Ruger action. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I just wanna go with the Brownell's part. Okay, the trick here is that this notch here needs to go in the notch on the charging handle, like so. But it's not that simple. It takes actually some patience to put this together. So the first things first, we're gonna put the charging handle in and make sure that it fits in the notch inside. And then we're going to pull the charging handle all the way to the back. And then we're gonna drop in our bolt and make sure that it lands on the right place. There you have it. Our next step is going to be put the recoil lug in. This is really simple because it's a simple part. It just goes in by friction. I've seen some really nice recoil reducing rods, and there's some companies that do sell them. Check Brownell's, and they do have all those parts. Okay, final step is going to be installing the trigger pack. You have to remove this protective plastic thing that they sent with it. It's pretty cool. And then you put your trigger group inside. Make sure that your ejector doesn't get in the way, because a very important part, but it does get in the way. And you have two pins that hold it together. Remember in the original video, I told you that these two pins have a bad habit of popping out. They do. This one here looks pretty tight, so I don't think they're going to fall out in the process of installing it. But again, like I said in the original video, we're going to put our safety in the middle there. Make sure you don't twist it while you're putting it in the middle, because it will come off. And it's not easy to put back on. It's easy to take out, but it's not easy to put back on. So let's go ahead and from the back first. And remember, this part might be a little tight because this is not a factory OEM receiver, so you might need a little pressure to put it in like this. And then we put our screw back on again. And like the original OEM, you have to torque it down until it stops, and you're ready to go. Now we're going to install the barrel. We're going to open the toggle, and we're going to put our barrel the same way as we did before. And remember, the toggle here is a little loose. This is a different receiver, different setup, so we need to work with it until it gets tight. Okay. Until it locks in. So we need to do this. We're ready to go. This is how hard and how tight it needs to be. It needs to be a nice tight push. Don't forget to properly lubricate your receiver before you go to the range. I didn't put any lubrication here because we didn't want a big mess on it, but Gunfighter gun oil is the lubrication I use. Just put some inside and make sure your action is well lubricated before you go to the range. And we're ready to go. I decided to use an optic from Brownell. This is a TRS-25, a really good optic, and for a very moderate price. So I buy them at different shops. So it basically goes in, you find the notch that you want at the distance you want it. I usually go from the third or fourth notch. That's the actual distance I want, the eye relief I want for this scope. But you can have it as far as forward as you want or as far back as you want. It's your taste. After your scope is put in on the notch you want, you get an Allen tip. Make sure it's tight. Now we're ready to go to the range with the BRN-22R, which is the railed version. And it looks really, really nice, actually. There was nothing wrong with the Ruger part. Now we have a Brownell's receiver, Brownell's barrel, Archangel AAQBD Stock, Bushnell TRS-25 dot scope, and the bolt, charging handle, pins, and trigger group are OEM parts from Ruger. One thing I must tell you too, Brownell's not only sells the two receivers with and without rail, they also sell barreled actions. So it's basically the receiver with the choice of barrel. They have a target heavy barrel and a sporter barrel. They also have a 10-inch barrel, which is made for a pistol. So make sure you do not put a 10-inch barrel on your rifle or you'll be violating federal law. So check out Brownell's. I'm going to put some links in the description so you can actually check out all the variations they have on the BRN-25. I'll be getting another barreled action from them here pretty soon, and I'm going to be building yet another rifle with their sporter barrel. I'm already getting too old to be picking up the heavy barrels, so let's go ahead and have some fun at the range.
Thank you for watching Gunstock Reviews. Please visit our website at www.gunstockreviews.com for more exclusive content. Please visit our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/gunstockreviews. Your contributions would be greatly appreciated and help us grow our selections and frequency of videos.